Hey people of YouTube, today we're covering the complete installation of the Palm Cove Ceiling fan by Home Decorators Collection. This fan is available in 52-inch and 44-inch sizes. There's a couple little minor differences that we'll cover during the installation process, but if you found this video, you might be stuck in your own installation and you're looking for some help. We're here to do just that. We're going to cover the complete installation from unboxing to turning it on and everything in between. So if you need help, just use the links below. You can fast forward to any point in the installation, and we're going to cover everything in detail step by step. So before we get started, just a couple of notes. If you like the video, give us that thumbs up, click the subscribe button. That'll help other people find the video as well. If you don't like the video, you can find a different video to watch. There's plenty of cats on YouTube. There's plenty of people hitting themselves in various places and saying ow and rolling around in agony. But if you need help installing this ceiling fan, this is the video you want. We'll just go over a couple of the features of the fan. This is a super easy project. It's got a slide-on mounting bracket. It's got AccuArm blade arms with captive screws, so you're not going to drop a screw while you're installing the blade arms. It's got QuickInstall blades that snap right onto the blade arms. You don't have to use 15 screws to install the blades. The light kit includes 2 LED bulbs. This fan is an indoor-outdoor fan. It's wet rated. You can install it anywhere outdoors. It can get exposed to water, no issues. The light kit's sealed to prevent bugs from getting in there. This is just a great all-around fan, and it looks great indoors as well. The fan is a tri-mount fan. It can be hung on a standard flat ceiling with the included downrod. It can be hung on a higher angled ceiling with an extension downrod that you buy separately, or it can be hung without the downrod, perfect for rooms with low ceilings. And we're going to cover all of that. So before we get started, just a couple of notes. You want to make sure that the outlet box is marked acceptable for fan support. If you're just placing this fan where there was a light fixture on your ceiling, you need to make sure that the outlet box is clearly marked acceptable for fan support. And the most important note is you want to make sure the electricity is turned off at the breaker box and at the wall switch. This is a super easy project. We're going to walk you through step by step, but if you do not feel comfortable working around electricity, please call a licensed electrician. As you can see here, we've already unpacked the fan. We've opened up the manual to the parts page. We're going to make sure that we have all the parts before beginning. That way we don't get stuck along the way. So first up, you have the mounting bracket. The mounting bracket comes pre-installed inside the Canopy. The 52-inch version has a decorative ring. The 44-inch does not. But we'll show you in the first step how to remove the mounting bracket to get started. This is the fan motor. This is the one for the 52-inch version, and it's important to note inside the switch cup at the base of the motor, there's a screwdriver access hole. This is going to make attaching the blade arms super easy. The screwdriver is just going to go through this hole to give you access to the screws and make it super easy. The 44-inch has a smaller switch cup, so the access hole isn't needed. This is the light kit. The glass bowl comes pre-installed. You'll just need to remove that before attaching the light kit to the fan. Like we said, it's got 5 quick install blades. Those blades just snap on the blade arms, super easy. You'll have 5 blade arms. As mentioned, they got captive screws. Again, easy installation. You have the ball and downrod assembly. You have the decorative motor collar cover. You'll have 2 LED bulbs. And you'll have a hardware pack. The hardware pack has the rubber grommet for close to ceiling installation. It's got plastic wire nuts, the pull chain extensions, and the little switch cap plug for non-light kit installation. Blooper reel, whatever. All right, so some tools we're going to need: Phillips head screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver. If you're installing without the light kit, you'll need a wrench or a set of pliers. You might need some wire cutters and strippers. We like to have a line voltage tester on hand just to make sure the wires aren't live before beginning. You need some electrical tape, and of course a ladder. So we have everything here. Again, if you find this video helpful, give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, and yeah, let's do this. The mounting bracket comes pre-installed inside the Canopy with the Canopy Ring attached. To remove the mounting bracket, first twist the Canopy Ring counterclockwise to expose the screws. You'll notice that there are 2 slotted screws and 2 standard screws located on either side of the canopy. Begin by removing and saving the 2 standard screws. Next, loosen but do not remove the 2 screws in the J slots. Once those 2 screws are loosened, simply twist the mounting bracket and lift it up to remove it from the canopy. This fan features a slide-on mounting bracket for easy installation. The mounting bracket has two slots on the top that will align with the two screws in the outlet box. To install the bracket, you'll loosen the screws in the outlet box and then align the screws with the slots in the mounting bracket. This is just a close-up demonstration of how it's done. To install the mounting bracket, use a Phillips head screwdriver to first loosen but not remove the screws in the outlet box in the ceiling. Then, route the wires from the house through the top of the mounting bracket, align the slots of the mounting bracket with the screws in the outlet box, and slide into place. Then, use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten the two screws holding the mounting bracket to the outlet box. Make sure both screws are completely tightened and the mounting bracket is securely fastened. If installing without the downrod, skip to the next section, preparing for flush mount installation. Before installing the downrod, you'll first need to loosen but not remove the set screw on the motor collar. Use a flathead screwdriver to loosen but not remove the set screw. The motor collar also features a safety tab that will lock the downrod in place should it ever loosen over time. Next, feed the wires through the decorative canopy ring. Make sure that the slots of the canopy ring are facing towards the ceiling. Then, unwrap the wires and gently stretch them out. Once the wires are stretched out, it's a good idea to twist all three together to make it easier to insert into the downrod. Next, gently pull the green ground cable from inside the ball and downrod assembly. Insert the ball and downrod assembly through the top of the canopy so that the downrod comes out the smallest hole in the canopy. Then, slide the decorative motor collar cover on so that the largest hole is towards the bottom. Then, feed the wires through the bottom of the ball and downrod assembly so that the wires exit from the ball portion of the ball and downrod assembly. Gently pull the wires through. Then slide the downrod to the motor collar on top of the motor. Next, screw the downrod into the motor collar. Once the downrod is completely tight, use a flathead screwdriver to completely tighten the set screw on the motor collar. Then slide the decorative motor collar cover down. If installing with the downrod, skip to the next section, trimming the wires. For close to ceiling mounting, you'll attach the canopy to the top of the motor. This is done by first removing and saving 3 of the 6 screws on the top of the motor housing. It doesn't really matter which screws are removed and saved, as long as it's every other one. Once those screws are removed and saved, take the rubber grommet from the hardware pack and feed the wires through the rubber grommet so that it rests on top of the motor. You'll note that the large holes of the rubber grommet will align with the screws that were left in the motor, and the small holes will align with the screw holes from the screws that were removed and saved. Next, you'll remove the decorative ring from the bottom of the canopy. This is easily done with your thumb by pressing each of the 3 tabs. Once those 3 tabs are pushed through, the decorative ring will come off. Then, feed the wires through the decorative canopy ring. Make sure that the slot openings are facing towards the ceiling. Then feed the wires through the bottom of the canopy so that they exit through the large portion of the canopy. When the canopy is properly aligned on the motor, the notch cutouts in the canopy will align with the screws in the motor, and the screw holes will align with the screw holes from the motor from the screws that were removed and saved. Reinstall those 3 screws and use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten those 3. If installing this fan with the included downrod, it's a good idea to cut and strip the wires before hanging it. To do so, measure about a foot from the top of the ball and downrod assembly and cut the wires. Then using the strippers, strip off about 3/4 of an inch of insulation from each wire. Once the wires are stripped, twist each end to make sure that there are no frayed ends. Now the fan is ready to be hung. If installing without the downrod, skip to the next section, hanging the fan flush mount. Before hanging the fan, it's important to note the slot in the ball that will engage the tab in the mounting bracket. When hanging, you'll insert the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the fan assembly until you feel the slot engage the tab. This is just a close-up demonstration. Before hanging the fan, move the house supply lines out of the way to make room for the ball to insert into the mounting bracket. To hang the fan, Lift the entire assembly to the ceiling and note the location of the slot in the ball and the tab in the mounting bracket. Slide the ball into the mounting bracket and then rotate the assembly until you feel the slot engage that tab. The fan will drop slightly when properly seated and the fan will rotate no further. If installing the fan with the downrod, skip ahead to the next section, wiring the fan. The mounting bracket has a convenient hanging hook to hold the fan in place while wiring. This is just a demonstration to show the hook that will align with the hole in the canopy to hold the fan in place while wiring. Make sure to use the hole in the canopy and not the J slot. This is just a demonstration. To hang the fan for wiring, locate the hook on the mounting bracket and align that with the hole in the canopy and insert the hook into the hole of the canopy. Do not leave the fan unattended while it is hanging like this. Begin wiring the fan by taking the green wire from the mounting bracket and the green wire from the downrod and twisting those two wires together. Once those wires are twisted together, connect those wires with the bare copper wire from the house supply line. These are the ground wires. Then secure the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Then gently tuck the wire up into the outlet box and mounting bracket. Next, take the white wire from the fan and connect that wire to the white neutral wire from the house supply lines. Twist those two wires together and finish the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Once that connection is finished, gently tuck that wire into the mounting bracket. Next, take the black wire and the blue wires from the fan and twist those two wires together. Once those wires are twisted together, connect those wires with the black or hot wire from the house supply lines. Twist all three wires together and finish the connection using an included plastic wire nut and a piece of electrical tape. Once that connection is made, gently tuck all the wires into the mounting bracket to make room for the canopy to attach to the mounting bracket. If installing this fan with the downrod, skip ahead to the next section, attaching the Canopy Downrod Installation. Lift the fan motor assembly off the mounting bracket and align the J slots of the canopy with the screws that were loosened but not removed in the mounting bracket. Make sure the wires are all tucked into the canopy and then press up and twist to engage the screws in the J slots. Secure the canopy using the two screws that were removed and saved in the first step. Insert the screws into the standard screw holes and use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten these two screws. Once those two screws are completely tightened the two screws that were in the J slots of the canopy. If installing the fan without the downrod, skip ahead to the next section, attaching the Canopy Ring. Attach the canopy to the mounting bracket by aligning the J slots with the screws that were loosened in the mounting bracket. Then lift the canopy up, engage those slots, and twist. This will hold the canopy in place. Secure the canopy using the two screws that were removed and saved in the first step. Insert the screw into the standard screw hole and then use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten all four screws. The screws in the canopy align with the slots of the canopy ring. To attach the canopy ring, align the slots of the canopy ring with the screws in the canopy and then lift up to the ceiling and twist to lock in place. Before installing the blade arms, you'll first need to remove the rubber motor stops from the bottom of the motor. Insert the Phillips head screwdriver through the access hole in the switch cup, and then loosen and remove the rubber motor stops. You can discard these once removed. The AccuArm blade arms feature an alignment post that will align with the long slot in the base of the motor. Insert that alignment post into the long slot, which will align the captive screws to the screw holes. Insert a Phillips head screwdriver through the screwdriver access hole in the switch cup and tighten each of the two screws. Repeat this process for the 4 remaining blade arms. Once all 5 blade arms have been installed, it's a good idea to go back and double check that all the screws are completely tightened. This fan features QuickInstall blades. There are 3 keyhole slots on the blades that will align with the 3 posts on the blade arms. There's a spring clip mechanism that will snap in place when properly installed. When installing the blades, you'll align the keyhole slots with the posts and then press down and pull away from the fan to lock the blade in place. This is just a demonstration. To attach the blades, make sure the side that says "this side up" is facing towards the ceiling and align the keyhole slots with the rubber grommets and screws on the blade bracket and gently pull away from the fan to engage the locking clip. You'll hear the clip snap in place once the blade is properly installed. Repeat this process for the 4 remaining blades. Unscrew the finial and remove the bowl cap. Then unscrew the hex nut and remove the hex nut and washer from the threaded post. Once the washer is removed, lift the glass bowl off of the threaded post to remove it from the light kit. The light kit attaches to the fan using 3 screws that are pre-installed in the light kit's switch cap. Those 3 screws will align with the 3 screw holes in the switch cup at the base of the fan. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove and save the 3 screws in the switch cap. Next, gently pull the light kit wires from the switch cup at the base of the fan. There will be a blue wire and a white wire, both with molded adapter plugs at the end. Connect the light kit's blue wire to the fan's blue wire and the light kit's white wire to the fan's white wire using these plugs. Snap them together completely. Once those connections are made, lift the light kit up towards the fan, making sure that the pull chain guide of the light kit is aligned with the pull chain on the side of the fan. Route the pull chain through that pull chain guide on the light kit. Gently tuck the wires into the light kit and the switch cup. Note the notch cutout on the light kit. This cutout will align with the reverse switch on the side of the switch cup. Align the notch cutout with the reverse switch and align the holes in the light kit with the holes in the switch cup, and then gently press the light kit into the fan. While holding the light kit in place, insert one of the 3 screws that was removed and saved at the beginning of this step. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to completely tighten this screw. Then repeat for the 2 remaining screws. The fan includes 2 LED bulbs. To install the bulbs, simply screw them into the sockets. Then, thread the pull chain from the light kit through the center hole of the bulb. Then push up so that the threaded post comes through the center hole. The light bulb will fit nicely into the light kit pan. Next, slide the rubber washer over the pull chain and onto the threaded post of the light kit. Hold the bowl in place, and then thread the hex nut over the pull chain and onto the threaded post of the light kit. Finger tighten the hex nut onto the threaded post. Do not use any tools or over tighten this nut, as it may cause the glass to crack. Next, feed the pull chain through the center hole of the bowl cap and place that on the threaded post. Secure the bowl cap and the light kit by feeding the pull chain through the finial and screw the finial onto the threaded post. Simply finger tighten the finial. Do not over tighten. Attach the pull chain extensions to the ends of the pull chains. The pull chain extensions are located in the hardware pack. They have an easy snap connector to attach them to the ends of the pull chains. Pull the light chain one time to turn it on, and again to turn it off. Pull the fan's pull chain once for high speed, twice for medium speed, 3 times for low speed, and again to turn it off. This fan features a 3-speed reversible motor. The manual reverse switch is located right above the light kit on the fan's switch cup and is enclosed in a rubber casing to protect it from the elements. The factory default is switch left to create a downward airflow for use in the warmer months. Switch right creates an upward airflow to draw warm air from the ceiling for use in the cooler months. Make sure the fan is off before changing the reverse switch position. To install this fan without the light kit, you'll need to remove the switch cap from the light kit. Using a pair of pliers or a small wrench, loosen and remove the hex nut inside the switch cap. Then turn the switch cap counterclockwise to unscrew it from the threaded post of the light kit. Then gently pull the light kit wires one by one through the center hole of the switch cap to remove it. Next, use the plastic center plug that was included in the hardware kit and press it in the center hole of the switch cap with your thumb. Using a Phillips head screwdriver, remove and save the 3 screws in the switch cap. Before attaching the switch cap to the fan, note the large cutout on the switch cap that will align with the reverse switch. There's another cutout that will align with the pull chain. Align those notched cutouts with the reverse switch and the pull chain, and place the switch cap into the switch cup of the fan. Adjust the switch cap to align the screw holes in the switch cup. Use the 3 screws that were removed and saved to secure the switch cap to the fan. Congratulations! Your ceiling fan installation is now complete. Time to sit back, relax with a nice tall beverage, and enjoy your new ceiling fan. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please click like and subscribe down below, and that'll help other people find it as well. And as we always say around here, keep it breezy.